Whack 'em, whack 'em, whack 'em. I am not worried about these zombies because they will die as soon as... Oh boy. This might be a mistake. Alright. We are playing Stoneshard. Stoneshard is an indie title available in early access on Steam. It's a roguelike turn-based RPG. From my perspective, it's probably most similar to a mobile game called Pixel Dungeon. I kind of think of it as like a really incredibly well fleshed out Pixel Dungeon where you can exit the dungeon and visit the top side world. But it's recently had a major update, and I have not played it in probably more than a year, which is about how long I think it's been since they've updated it. It's had a bit of a mixed reaction, and I think it actually sits with mixed reviews on Steam. So it's had a bit of a mixed reaction from the people who have purchased the game. The developer has been somewhat slow to update and maybe slow to communicate. But they have some lofty goals. They want it to be a big, vast open world that I think is semi-procedurally generated, where you can adventure and you have a crew of people that you recruit, and there's a caravan system and traveling systems, and they track pain and injury and your psyche and morale and all this stuff. And there's all these different enemies and different play styles and different ways you can build out characters with loot and equipment and weapons and whatever. And it's just taking them a lot of time to get the meat of the game out, and are working seemingly, perhaps mostly, on balancing what they have created. But I was trying to not play this until it came out, but looking at some of the updates now and seeing that this is a massive update, and it hasn't had any real major updates in a while, I figured maybe it's better to just come here and just take a look now, rather than let it perhaps take another 2 or so years. But we're going to start with the prologue. I'm not going to play permadeath mode on this, but I think if I get through this prologue and am enjoying, maybe we get through the prologue, get into the town. If I'm enjoying the update, or it seems like it's worth coming back to, I'll probably come back to a regular adventure on permadeath mode. But for now, I'm going to play the prologue, which is the tutorial, just to help me get a sense of how to play, and find out if the tutorial's changed at all. The last time I played this, it was pretty much by the numbers. If you've ever played a game like Pixel Dungeon, it's really the same thing, just way more fleshed out and way more complex, but the same systems. But the final boss was a bit difficult, so we'll see what happens when we get there. All right, let's get on the way.
Damn it. Where am I?
You are awake, just in time for the ritual. We'll have a use for you so very soon. Don't try anything funny, or you'll end up like one of your friends. Perhaps I should check on him again. All that fresh blood, that must have drained by now.
Curses. Doesn't look like we won that fight. I need to get out of here before this bastard returns.
So, one of the things I love about this game... Can I pause this? It's fine. I'm going to keep getting hungry, but this is the tutorial. We'll see what happens to me. I love the art style for this game. I can kind of always take or leave pixel graphics, but the, just slightly kicked up a notch, slightly more involved pixel graphics, I just absolutely love. I also love the balance of the art direction on this. There's some pretty weighty themes and some pretty awful things you have to deal with, of going insane, traipsing through dungeons and fighting horrible monsters, and then the characters don't have a walk animation. They kind of bounce, and they're exaggerated almost in a cute way. I just absolutely love it overall. The art direction and creative direction on this game, totally fantastic. All right, inventory. Here you can manage your equipment and move items. It can be done in any number of ways. It can be done in a number of ways by using your mouse to drag an item, by choosing the corresponding option in the context menu summoned by right mouse button, or by pressing Alt left mouse button. All right, so we will right click remove. That's what I was going to do. I was just going to throw it on the ground. There we go, because I'm not going to need those. I don't think I can use those as a weapon.
Poor Locke. Your bad feeling was spot on this time. They didn't search him. Bad move. No offense, buddy, but you won't need all these things anymore.
I also love this voice actor is fantastic. There's some of the voice acting in this is pretty good. I don't think I've hit too many where I was like, especially for an indie game where I was just like, this is terrible. But this is just the prologue, and you don't play as this guy again. This could be different. Like I said, this is kind of blind for me. We could come out of here and it could be totally different than what I remember. But my first time playing this, you come out of this prologue playing this character, and then you're just asked to select a new character. I think character creation is coming to the game. Maybe it's in this update. I don't know. I really didn't read it too deeply. It looks like they added new cities and just some tweaking to mechanics, and like added some new mechanics. Like you can no longer just steal everything in town and get away with it. They have an honor system, that kind of thing. But I think character creation's coming. But the last time I played this, you get to the end of this, and you're taken to the main start point, the actual like beginning of the game, and you select a character that is not this character, and instead you go talk to this character, and he kind of sets you on your first mission. But that's kind of unfortunate because I'd like to hear him comment. Like it would just be nice to hear his like random comments every now and again as you're going through stuff, because he's a good voice actor. So, searching. Surrounding interactive objects can be searched. To search the corpse, hover over it and press the left mouse button. Bam. All right, we're going to take everything. You are suffering from hunger and thirst. The stronger they are, the worse your overall condition is. To sate them, hover over food and water and summon the context menu right mouse button. Choose eat and drink options accordingly. It's also possible to quickly use the items by pressing Alt left mouse button. We will quickly use the items. We ate the entire thing and drank just a sip. What does that do? I'm pressing control and I don't know that it's doing anything. All right, so we've searched the body. There's nothing else to search in here. We can hold down. Can we just get out? Locked. Okay, occasionally you'll encounter locked doors. Open them. To open them, you can use special items, lockpicks, crowbars, or fitting keys. Pick the lock with a lockpick. To do so, summon the door's context menu with the right mouse button and choose Pick Lock option. Strange thing about that. Yeah. Oh, use is 3 of 3. I guess we just hold on to this through the prologue. Okay. I'm not sure if these broke or had 3 uses in my first playthrough. I remember being kind of irritated by that.
I hope I'm not alone, survivor. Got to arm myself and find the rest.
Yeah, I remember being kind of irritated with the fact that I could just keep picking locks. So there was no context menu that let me automatically arm with that. And I do remember one of my first playthroughs on this, going through the entire dungeon until I found better weapons, just punching people because I didn't realize the crowbar was just sitting in my inventory. We won't be picking other locks. There's no way there's going to be anything of value on any of these guys, but we'll check their things. So normally you don't want to be smashing barrels in any new room you enter, and we won't once we get out of here, because it will alert bad guys of your presence.
The cages are unlocked, and blood trails are fresh. Looks like everyone was taken somewhere.
You're right.
Seems like I was the only one to be left in the dungeon. That's strange.
All right, there's nothing in here. Yeah, so enemies can hear you, and they will be alerted to your presence. Yeah, he's got nothing. By smashing barrels. So usually you wait.
You are dead!
Which we will do from this point forward. We will wait. Okay, Stoneshard is a turn-based game where almost every action takes a turn. Enemies only act when your turn ends, so you can take your time and think your actions through. If necessary, you can skip your turns by pressing space and numpad 5. So, this game is turn-based, but it's turn-based, like I mentioned, Pixel Dungeon. It is not turn-based in the way that I typically tend to think about turn-based games. I don't play a ton of them, but I have really enjoyed games like Darkest Dungeon, Divinity Original Sin, and even things like For the King, or even older school games, which I haven't played a ton of, but I have games that are inspired by stuff like that, like games like Lisa, also on Steam, another independent game on Steam, where in most turn-based games that I'm used to, you are either paused and taken somewhere else, or paused and put into a battle mode, and then you have some type of points, some action points or whatever to spend down, so you can choose what to do with those. You can use a special ability, it takes some points, you can heal, you can buff yourself, you can take a swing, you can take a step. This is one action for one action. For every action I take, the enemy's going to take an action. So you will, at some point, you're going to buff yourself up, you're going to get yourself the right weapons, you're going to get yourself ready for battle, and then you're going to be standing in front of an enemy, clicking left mouse button as you take swings at each other over and over again. So there's not really like... There certainly is some strategy to playing this game that I, will never get to a point where I'm getting into any advanced strategy for this game, particularly like how and where to position yourself. But it's not the type of in-depth strategy of like, I've got 6 action points to spend. I want to move to here, do this, then let them take their turn. It's more, oh, nice, there's food. More that you get a chance to think. All right. Combat. Kill the guard. To do so, approach him and press left mouse button to trade blows. You can also inspect enemies to learn more about them. Open the enemy's context menu by pressing right mouse button and choose the inspect option. All right, we will inspect him. He is hostile. He is not very healthy. And he is... not very resistant to sacred magic, I guess. The neophyte was tasked with guarding you. He hasn't been doing a very good job so far. What is this? This is my energy, and this is my health. So the only way to know how healthy they are, I assume, I don't see any other health bars for the enemy. Is to inspect them. All right, we'll close that, and we will continue whacking them. All right. Oh, nice. We've got a weapon, and we've got some food. That's fantastic. We'll take this shiv, and we will compare it. 15 piercing damage versus 16 crushing damage. It's got armor penetration, a bleed chance, a crit chance, a slight fumble chance, and energy cost. It's not very durable. We'll go dual wielding. I don't know if we favor hands. But we'll put the bashing weapon in our shield hand. I don't know if that actually has any effect. Hovering, it doesn't. Let me take this out and hover here. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. All right. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I don't really pay attention to stats. I have a tendency to just like look at these things and go, well, there's more white than red. That's the one I want to use. Like I'd rather be out adventuring and exploring whatever the creator or the developer has made to be explored. But one of the stats that really gets to me and I have a tendency to focus on is fumble, which is just a chance to kind of like whiff and not connect at all, not hit them with anything. And so you watch on the left-hand side here, fumble popping up, and you don't realize that your gear all has this like increasing fumble chance, and so you're just like a bumbling idiot swinging things, and you're not connecting while they're slowly killing you. So I have a tendency to kind of focus on that. I don't like to use, especially not in the beginning, I don't like to use weapons that have more than a 5% fumble chance at tops. All right. Isn't there...
Burn. Led to death. Such a foolish way to go.
Indeed.
Looks like there is a trap. I have to take a look around unless I want to share his fate.
Alright. You'll often encounter hidden traps. You can discover them passively. The chance to spot a trap depends on your perception ability, your perception attribute. If you need to know immediately whether there are traps within your vision, you can use your basic skill, Examine Surroundings. It has just been added to your hotbar. Press 1 to use it. Alright, we found a trap. The trap has been revealed. All's left is to disarm it. That's weird. All that is left is to disarm it, I suppose is what they meant. Summon the trap's context menu by pressing right mouse button and choose the disarm option. It's also possible to try and evade the trap as you pass it, but it's a riskier option, more suitable for characters with high dodge chance. It's better not to use it for now. So we will disarm. I have had my character still get damaged after disarming traps, or rather they explode in your face. So I'm assuming that's a part of the mechanic, is failing to disarm and having it go off.
Damn, I forgot about my leg. Hurts more and more. I need to find something to treat the wound before it festers.
Alright, so we've been given pain, which is lowering our morale, increasing our fumble, lowering our health efficiency, changing our sanity, and increasing how much damage we will take overall. So yeah, this game tracks things like sanity and morale, which again, I never get into the percentages, but I like that it does. I will absolutely over-cure things, over-treat things without, to do it perfectly. Oh, you only need to use this much to do that, and you're wasting the rest of it. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I like that it tracks things like this, and I like having to manage that stuff, but I'll never get into, the very minute details. So my leg is injured, which is lowering my move resistance. I assume that's making me slower. Lowering my morale, making it harder for me to swim, giving me more pain, less chance to dodge, less energy, and increasing my pain. So we'll probably find what we need to fix
all
the pain
these
in
boxes. We'll surely find something in them.
All right. So we'll go to the crate, and there we go. There's everything we need to heal.
Can use this to patch up my leg.
All right. You've been injured. Open the character menu by pressing the C key and choose the health tab. C. Health. Here you will find everything you need to know about your character's health, hunger, thirst, intoxication, pain, mental health meters, and also condition of your body parts. And so yeah, we see everything. We've got all of our abilities. We've got our overall health. We see we're in pretty good pain. The level of your character's pain, it rises from taking damages and injuries. The maximum pain level depends on your character's health. Upon reaching 25, 50, and 75%, it produces negative effects. So we are already feeling a negative effect. Our morale. This is your character's fighting spirit. It decreases with low health, injuries, and high hunger and thirst. If it drops below 50%, the character may begin to suffer from negative mental effects. And we're very sane. The degree of clarity to which your character perceives the reality. It's reduced by terrifying enemies, unholy damage, head injuries, negative magic effects, high pain level, and intoxication. If sanity drops below 50, the character may begin to suffer negative effects. Yeah. So, you have to, keep yourself in good spirits by fighting well and not letting yourself sit damaged for too long. And you have to keep yourself sane by getting yourself out of bad situations and giving yourself time to rest and things like that. Also, because there is pain and injury in this game, you will heal yourself, but you also need to take stuff for pain. So you'll take painkillers and drink and stuff like that, and that intoxicates you. which can be damaging overall. You get your hangover, or if it's drugs, you have negative effects there. But you can also go crazy if you do it too much without balancing it out with an antidote or with rest or whatever the various things you can use to balance it out. So we know all the conditions. Medicine. You get injured when your body part's condition drops below a certain threshold. On top of that, the worse your body part's condition is, the lower your max health threshold becomes. So my body part is messed up, and my total max health is lowered from what it could absolutely be. Oh, that's cool. It tells me your max threshold is reduced by 16%. Treat the damaged body parts to fix that. You start with stabilizing your leg injury. Hover over your right leg's condition bar, open its context message, and choose apply splint. All right, so we'll stable our injury. We'll apply the splint. Awesome. Stabilized injuries retain their negative effects, but no longer accumulate pain. When your body part condition is restored to a certain threshold, it will heal completely. To accelerate this process, use a healing salve. All right. So we're not accumulating pain, but we are reducing our max threshold by 2%, and we can fix that by applying a healing salve. The lower your health, the higher your pain limit. Pain makes healing less effective and can even kill you if it reaches high enough numbers. You can get rid of it with a variety of painkillers. An ether inhaler, for instance. Use it to reduce your pain. Let's just take a look at that again. All right, our pain's at 32%. It's above a threshold of 25%, so we do want to reduce it a bit. We'll use that. And now our intoxication has jumped up to 40%, which is above one of the thresholds for a negative effect. What is the negative effect? Max health, -5. Healing efficiency, sanity change, poison resistance. Where's my sanity? All right, whatever. All right, most painkillers are toxic and will increase your intoxication. Intoxication is detrimental to your character's condition and is incredibly dangerous if it reaches high enough numbers. Inject an antidote to get rid of the intoxicating effect. All right, there we go. And that has confused us. You feel better, but your mental health is still low. The best way to restore mental health is to use the rest mode, which is only available outside of battle. Resting also accelerates your hunger and thirst gain, so it should be used sparingly. Enter the rest mode by pressing R to replenish your missing health. Okay, so we are confused, which lowers our dodge chance, and we are stumbling about, and a chance to walk to a random tile when moving. That's pretty interesting. I like that effect. All right, so let's rest. Oops, we can't rest with that open. So our morale's low. It says our sanity is low, but it says our mental health was low. But we're fine. But we're still going to rest anyway to restore this health. This is the other way to restore health. A small portion of health is returned every 8 turns, but resting is going to increase that dramatically. It also speeds up time a bit. So here we see turns are going by and I'm losing my confusion and I'm gaining my health.
That's better. At least I'll live. Time to move.
All right. In this prologue, the character gets up on their own. Outside of the prologue, we'll have to remember to take them out of rest. Okay, great job. Now search the other crates. You can move the camera around with middle mouse button to better examine large spaces. Arm yourself and keep going. You can highlight the loot around you by holding Alt. So there we can see we got a doublet, some traveling shoes, and a rack of weapons to check out. I really wish there was an equip from the floor, but there is not. So we'll put that on, and I think that's garbage. Yeah, I don't need that, those rags. All of the stuff that... I should be careful, just in case it's not the same, but the last time I played, every single thing from the tutorial is... wiped from your inventory because we're not going to play this character. We'll be given a new character. Okay, great. So now we've got a bunch of different weapons to choose from, and one of the things we're going to do right out of the gate is we are going to switch our weapon loadout, which we can do by pressing W, and it gives us 2 different loadouts, and we are going to pop the bow and arrow into one loadout for sure. I think I want to play a sword and shield character. I'm not a huge fan of magic overall in games. just in general. Sometimes I can have fun with it, but overall I really like playing melee characters, even though I'm not particularly good at it. Just feels better. But I think I want to play a sword and shield character, which means I'm just going to go for whatever. Let me pop this in here for now. We'll put this down here. And let's see. All right. Homemade sword. 18 slashing damage versus 21 slashing damage. It's taking my skill energy and my spell energy. But it has a better fumble chance. The hatchet does, which better chance to not fumble. In fact, it seems like I won't fumble at all as long as I'm not wearing anything that causes me to fumble. Yeah, so far so good. So we'll take that. I'm not going to take these because we're not going to keep anything. We're not going to get to sell anything. Normally I would take whatever's worth the most per weight. You have a very limited amount, and at some point I think you can get a backpack. I'm pretty sure. Where you can put more things in, but this is all I've got for space. And so when we get out of here and we start adventuring and trying to make our fortune as mercenaries, we'll be really careful to manage only carrying things that are high value per dollar. Let's just make sure we're not... Oh, cool. So let's try out our bow and arrow. Okay, we're clearly not very good at it. Oh, that's not bad. We'll switch. Let him get in closer. Attack. Nice. You just leveled up. Each new level allows you to learn a new ability and improve one of your attributes. You mostly get stronger by acquiring new abilities and finding better equipment. Your attributes have less distinct effect, just slightly improving various aspects of your character. All right. So we're going to get stronger by with our abilities and our equipment, which is that stuff down here, all of these abilities. Where's our abilities? Where are our abilities? Those are our abilities. Okay, cool. Our attributes will have less effect, but we'll still have some. So, you can hover over each attribute to learn about their effect. Assign your skill point to any primary attribute of your liking. Okay, so strength affects our primary combat capabilities. Agility influences our finesse in battle. Perception allows us to spot danger earlier and helps in delivering precise attacks. Vitality affects your endurance and survivability. And willpower makes hardships and misery more tolerable. Based on the way that I play, I'm probably going to focus on strength, agility, and willpower. And we'll start with agility rather. It gives me a counter chance and lowers my fumble chance, which I've already mentioned is something that just ends up being a sticking point in my mind. Whether or not that actually is as needs as much focus as much weight as I apply to it. Would remain to be seen. But for now, we're going to pop our point into agility. I don't think it really matters coming out of here anyway. Again, not being someone who focuses on stats or min-maxing anything or trying to have the absolute best build coming out of this dungeon, it really doesn't matter because I'm not trying to do that stuff. So, all right. We can... all of our... Okay, so it's not about holding the weapon that gives you the ability to unlock it. We need to read a treatise. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so with this game, another aspect of complexity to balance is that just by having a weapon, you don't get to automatically then unlock really advanced skills. You first need to read a book about that weapon to be able to effectively use it. And so that is probably why... What do we got? This is all swords, utility, sorcery. Where is weaponry? Swords, axes, maces, daggers, two-handed spears, range. There we go. Yeah, okay. So that's why I'm sucking with the arrows, because he doesn't know how to use arrows. But we can unlock basic skills. A backstab. Melee attacks against unaware targets are always critical. And that is the only thing I seem to be able to update or select. Skinning. is an active. Requires a sword, an axe, a dagger, or two-handed sword or two-handed axe. Oh, cool. Oh, I think this is new. So this will be useful when we get out of the dungeon. You're basically just dropped in this town when we get out of here, and you're a mercenary. Go make money. Go make money being a mercenary. There's no other. I didn't see any major, narrative. I'm sure I think they have said there's something coming. Overall, they're going to have a story, but for now, you just kind of go on little adventures. But you need to level up, and so you spend a little bit of time hunting. And my recollection is just like killing a rabbit or a wolf, and they would just drop their gear. So it looks like you need to unlock a skill, probably not be in combat, and then sit and work on. It doesn't say how many turns it takes. I guess it just takes one turn, but you have to sit and focus on actually getting the reward out of the animal for killing it. I'm going to hold off on using this skill point because I don't know how much it's going to matter. Backstab. I'm really looking at getting out of... We'll just make sure nothing else that is open. Yeah. Okay. Nothing else that is open. Nothing else that is brown versus grayed out. Am I able to use? Nothing. So, getting through this... We have a shiv. We'll take our arrow back, though. Getting through this dungeon isn't really a big deal. It's just going to be just kind of walking through here. But defeating the end boss is where I'd like to use my... might be of interest to some merchants here. I'm not taking it because we're not going to see a merchant. Like, it can't have changed things that much. Okay, this is good though. This is alcohol. Just like ether, it'll help reduce pain, and it has its own stats on what it causes. So ether causes a ton of intoxication, but also removes a ton of pain and increases your pain resistance by a bunch. Alcohol is less effective in that regard, but is not as intoxicating, but causes drunkenness, which means that you really should not do it anywhere, in any place of danger where you might think you're in grave danger, which kind of makes sense. You wouldn't, delve into a dungeon, into a dangerous place, and then just, get drunk. All right, pyromantic treaties. So here we go. This is the stuff you have to read to be able to unlock actual real skills.
A pyromantic treatise. Just like the good old times in the academy. Got to recall a spell or two.
All right, we will pick up the treaties. Some abilities aren't initially available for learning. To unlock them, you need to find and read a corresponding treatise, or match attribute requirements listed in the abilities descriptions. All right, you just found one of them. This treatise will allow you to begin your study of the pyromantic ability tree. Open your inventory, summon the treatise context menu, summon. That's hilarious. With the right mouse button and choose the read option. So we'll right click and read. We've unlocked a bunch of skills that we actually can use, and we have that point. So we will spend it. Like I said, I probably won't make a magic character, but we'll certainly use it here to get out of this prologue. Okay. Dear friend, we may not know each other, but considering that you opened this tome, I'll take a wild guess and assume that you're intent on learning the ancient art of pyromancy. The art I've been mastering my entire life. I'd rather not disclose my name. All you need to know is that I hold a high position among fire mages, and the only thing forcing me to play Cloak and Dagger is that our circle is very particular about whom it shares its knowledge with. But, despite all the restrictions set upon me, I always yearned to not only bear power over flame, but, akin to the gods of the old, to enlighten the world. So hearken to me, as there is no one else who will share this knowledge with you. As you may see, there is nothing complicated about visualizing the flames and then summoning them into existence with the sheer force of your mind, despite what my arrogant brethren claim. When the time comes, they'll pay for all the injustices they've subjected me to, for dragging my good name through the mud. Keep practicing, never stop learning, stay spirited, and remember, fire always attracts fire. All right, I'm sure that doesn't matter, but still funny. I wonder if there's any point behind that book. Like, will I ever run into a pyromancer who feels jaded? Now you can learn your freshly unlocked abilities. Open the abilities window, S, find the pyromancy ability tree, in the magic folder and spend a point to learn Fire Barrage. All learned abilities can be moved to the hotbar, where they can be activated with 1 through 0 or by pressing the left mouse button. All right. We are looking for sorcery, pyromancy. We have 1 point to spend, and they want us to spend it on Fire Barrage. Want to learn Fire Barrage? I sure do. So I wonder if I would have ruined this tutorial by learning a basic skill before. Oh no, I have these skills. Okay, cool. I already have them. Got it. Alright. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Well, let's throw the backstab down there. What if I want to... Wait, is that passive? It's passive. Okay, cool. Alright. Good to know. So I already have those, so I could not have ruined this tutorial by accidentally spending my point. Okay, so we've got an enemy in the next room who doesn't see us yet, but we've got pyromancy, so let's see if we can catch him unawares. Can I step over here? Yes, I can. All right. Bam. Let's let him step over to us, and we'll attack. He replenished 1 health. And I got hit with 8 piercing damage. Right, well. He dropped a shiv. Let's step into this room and see what's up. We've got a book. And we've got a diary, page 1 of 3. Let's see. 3rd of Reaping. Our brothers toiled well today. I hope that the coming harvest will recompense us for our hard work as it did last year. Another few bountiful seasons, and we shall be able to save enough gold to patch our shabby cloister. Patience and diligence are truly the greatest virtues. 5th of Reaping. This night, Brother Albert went down with a sudden fever. The heat from his body is so severe one can burn a hand on him. I have no idea how he managed to catch a cold like this. Perhaps he worked in the rain? I left a couple of brothers by Albert's side and sent to Manshire for a healer. Herbal poultices and earnest prayers should be more than enough to cure this ailment. 6th of Reaping. Since the last night, Brother Albert hasn't been able to recognize any of us. He keeps on babbling some nonsense, but no one can make sense of it. The healer spent an entire night by his bedside, tried all his potions. It was all for naught. Before he headed back home, we had to pay him regardless. If Albert doesn't get better soon by himself, it will be his funeral we'll have to pay for. 6th of Reaping. Evening. Brother Irv is sick as well. It's not a cold. Alright, so this church we're clearly in, these monks, I guess, are all getting sick. Oh, now we're at the 10th of Reaping. The miasma of this horrible disease now permeates the entire monastery. Half our brothers are delirious, their bodies are riddled with scabs and boils. Blood is seeping through their pores, and we can't do anything to ease their suffering. I declared a quarantine and ordered to lock everyone who showed signs of the disease into the catacombs. But I fear it's all in vain. The rest will go down sick in a couple of days. The host give me strength to persevere and save our congregation. Alright, so it's just getting worse and worse. And I guess we're jumping down here, and I can close my inventory. Alright, nothing else we need to pick up. We're jumping down. Ooh, did I need to heal up first? No, I'm in really good shape. I'm at max everything. Fantastic. Alright. No one in this room. Let's just jump in and make sure no one's in here. Yeah, no one's in there. Just making sure that there's no... Like you... if the character can't see behind things... that you won't know what's back there until the character actually gets line of sight. That becomes more visible in the daytime when like they actually literally black out things at angles behind walls and behind trees and stuff like that. So, all right, we'll grab this diary page, 2 of 3. We'll loot everything first and then we'll see what's what. There, we got a geomantic treatise. We may as well read that too while we're here. Do we have any ability points to spend? We do not. We got another diary page, 3 of 3. Oh, nice. We've got an identification scroll. Will it tell? Yes, it will. Okay. Scrolls are important items which allow a variety of interactions with your equipment. Occasionally, you may find unidentified items with unknown properties. To learn them, you will need to use an identification scroll. Some identified items are cursed. Once you equip them, you can no longer let go of them until you lift the curse with a disenchantment scroll. Enchantment scrolls allow you to improve your equipment by applying various beneficial effects to it. Alright. I don't know what just happened. My alt button's not working. Oh. My keyboard needs to be plugged in. Oh my god, are you kidding me with this? Alright. Keyboard plugged in. Does it work? Yes, it does. Let's check the bookcase. We've got another identification scroll. Awesome. And another... a disenchantment scroll. Alright, awesome. One more shelf. An identification and an enchantment scroll. That's pretty cool. Oops. Okay. We cannot touch that book, and we've taken everything else. Let's smash these barrels. Sometimes there's stuff inside of them. Probably really not worth smashing them, but is what it is. Alright, let's see what we got. We've got diary page 1 of 3, diary page 2 of 3. Okay, we were at the 10th, now we're at the 14th of reaping. Today, the entire neighborhood gathered around our monastery. The healer had brought the disease back to Manshire. Blood was leaking from their eyes. They were hopelessly sick. I prohibited anyone to go outside. Then they tried to break in. A few brothers lost their lives, but we managed to push them back from the gates. When the crowd tried to burn us alive, along with the building, I had to break the quarantine and bring even the healthy brothers into the catacombs, truly out of the frying pan and into the fire. So I guess that's how that hole got dug and them jumping into this area. Oh, and 3 of 3 is bloody. Unfortunate. Okay. We are doomed. In these sinister depths, even time itself flows differently. I've lost count of the days. When was the last time I left my call? A couple of hours ago? A day? A week? I may be the only one who is still alive. Every night I'm haunted by visions. As the candlelight fades, shadowy figures step out from the darkness. Their wheedling whispers drive me crazy. The host is silent. The host is deaf to our prayers. The host betrayed us. All I ask for is to be cured. Alright, so they all got screwed. We don't need any of this stuff on us, so we're going to get rid of all this. Just tossing it wild. We have not gotten hungry. We don't need to hold on to our pyromantic treaties. Fuck it, we're going to hold on to it for just a minute. Just in case. We'll go ahead and read that too. Okay, geomantic treaties. The most distinctive tradition of the ancient Nistrian cult of the Mother Mountain is their worship to giant boulders. In Nistra, there still remains a large number of majestic structures, giant circles formed with finely chiseled boulders. Some of those boulders are also completely covered in writings. Rain and wind rendered most of it utterly indecipherable, but some parts remained perfectly intact. I try my best to record every surviving symbol I encounter, but alas, I still can't crack this ancient alphabet. I can only hope that if not me, then at least my descendants will solve this mystery. Well then, looks like I was disheartened way too easily. Spending a couple of more weeks of my precious time on that risky search for Foda's tomb has returned my investment 100-fold, rewarding me for all that mystery and hardships I've suffered over the years. All that misery and hardships I've suffered over the years. When I saw that the epitaph was doubled in ancient Aldorian, I couldn't believe my eyes. This means that with only a bit of effort, I can finally cross-reference and decipher some of the words. Yes, finally, after months of diligent work, I, Joran of Bryn, have solved the secret of the ancient Nistrian alphabet. A large portion of my record seems to describe some rather fascinating magic rituals and practices that are only briefly mentioned in 1 or 2 chronicles. Once I get home, taking a trip to Maine is my first order of business. I'm certain that my findings will greatly interest the Academy. Alright, so I think Bryn is one of the places unlocked in the latest update. I'm pretty sure that's a city that's been added, so I wonder if we'll ever meet Joran. And we do not have a point to spend, so we can't do anything with our geomantic treaties. But, okay. The tutorial is complete. Now you are on your own. Survive and find your way to the next floor. All right, that doesn't... and remember, you are not the chosen. You are not a chosen one. Many enemies are just as powerful as you are. Be careful. Don't mindlessly charge ahead. Avoid fighting with multiple opponents at once. Try forcing one-on-one combat and use your surroundings. Good luck. So, the tutorial isn't technically over. I think what they mean is I just can't... I'm not safe from death at this point. All right, so we're not going to break these until we look around and make sure we're alone in here. Okay, that door's closed. I probably can alert somebody by... Why can't I not touch this door? There we go. I probably can alert somebody by smashing things. Somebody that's on the outside of that door. But I'm not going to worry. There we go. So this is why. There is some... What is this? Let's inspect this person. A harbinger. So they're suspicious. They haven't seen us yet. And they have some pretty decent resistances, I suppose. They're resistant to pain pretty well. And they've got some magic resistance. But we're going to hit them with fire nonetheless, out of range. Okay. We will wait a minute. There we go. Are they in range yet? No. So now they've seen us. But... Oh, shit. Didn't expect that. Okay. I wonder if they're going to do that again. Let me step forward. I did not know that they had... Oh, seriously? I did not know that they had... They're not even moving. All right. What are they doing? I don't know if I've faced this creature before. I did not know that they had ranged abilities. What is that doing to me? I'm losing 4 health from some psionic baleful scream. Daze. I have a move resistance, control resistance, swimming cost, and I can't use my abilities until it is over. But it is over. Come on. Alright. Well, that was interesting. I don't think I've ever faced one of those before in the tutorial, at least. Man, he is terrible at shooting. That's okay. Because it was very easy to defeat the tiny rat. We will go get all of our arrows. We did not take too much damage. We'll take a look at our pain in a second. So that was interesting. That was an enemy that wanted to stay ranged, and this character, certainly being so new, does not have fantastic ranged abilities, and I definitely did not use the environment to my benefit. I can't look in there? No, I guess I can't. Alright. We're not going to fuss with that for too much longer. We are first going to go break stuff. If I break everything in this room and I don't find anything, I'm not going to break things again. This seems to be... Oh, I got 2 coins. Seems to not really be worth the effort. 3 crowns. Alright, well, since we're here, we'll take the opportunity to go into the next room. Oh, what did we get? A long flail. I bet that's it's a 2-handed mace. Massive fumble chance. Yeah, well, we'll leave that for now. Again, I'm really banking on the idea that we are... did I just close the door? That we are not going to get to keep any of this stuff. So if I'm wrong about that, bummer. Oh, Jesus. I also believe... I think all these guys... I don't think I've seen any of these guys. I don't know. Maybe they're not new. But I remember them being like super low level, like just regular zombie looking enemies. Oh, a traveling dagger. Alright, well, we don't need the shiv anymore. Got a traveling dagger. I I mean, it's really messed up. I would assume the blacksmith in town can repair things. Oh, you know what? Let's use our identification scroll. Oops, not that way. Use to identify that. A cursed fireproof bronze amethyst ring. Alright. It gives me fire resistance and energy restoration. How many disenchantment scrolls do we have? Disenchant 1. Let's use it. Now it's a bronze amethyst common ring. I'm going to hold off on enchanting that. I think before we'll see everything that we end up collecting before we head out to see the... yeah, we'll take that. I think it's a single-use double-slot bandage. This is a single-slot double-use bandage. Before we head out to the main bad guy... Oh, I didn't look in there thinking this. Oh, didn't matter. Before we head out to the main bad guy, we will use our whatever enchantment scrolls we have on. We are thirsty. Okay. You can drink while walking. That's awesome to know. Keep it together. Optimism. Awesome. We're believing in ourselves because we're doing a good job. Did we look in there? Yes, we did. I'm so glad it tells me that from a distance. Yeah, before we head into the main boss, we will try to use whatever we have left to make sure that we are as best prepared to step into the main boss's room. Like, range stuff seems like it really is for the win. Oh shit, you got me first, huh? I'm fumbling all over the place. Counterattacks. But fumbles, losing 11 health. So he's countering the heck out of me, but all good. Unidentified dagger, bummer, we already used our identification. Is what it is, though. Yeah, we can see here, like, I have to step into this area to actually know what's behind this thing. And until that moment, I know what as the player, I know what the, like, geography is like, and the topology is like, I suppose, but I won't actually know what enemies are in there until I step inside. A crowbar. Guaranteed to pick a lock or disarm a mechanical trap. We'll take it for now. We've got some space. It does 12 crushing damage, but won't be compared because it can be held anywhere. We'll toss this dagger. We'll hold on to this one. If we find another identification scroll, we've got 2. We'll hold on to it for now. Maybe we'll find something we really want to identify. I don't think I really care about identifying a dagger
from
yet.
Upstairs. I bet everyone was taken there. I have to find my way up.
Oops. I didn't know he was going to talk more, but it is what it is. Alright, awesome. Male coif, common headgear, gives me protection. I don't have any protection, so all of it is good protection. I think this is probably going to be a better arrow, a better bow. The war bow seems to have better accuracy. I think the lower number is closer to 0, which is then closer to positive numbers. So yeah, we'll take this bow. Can I add these to my... Yes, okay. We'll hold on to those for now. Gambeson versus my doublet. Has better physical resistance. Yeah, we'll take it. I mean, this gives me a much better dodge chance than what I was wearing, but... Oh, nice. Glad we left that to be identified. And what is this? Antitoxin. Food, that's good. We will read this. 7th of Bloom. With this paper, we, Barves the Elder and every denizen of Manshire, pledge to pay a bounty of 1,000 crowns to every man, be it a commoner, a mercenary, or a noble knight, will take on the task of descending into the Abbey of the Holy Revelation, cleanse it from the spirits or any other filth inhabiting it, and return back safe and sound with proof of their deed no later than 20 days starting from today. We hereby sign this. So that guy didn't make it very far. Alright, we don't need anything else. We're going to identify this potion. Whoops. It is a potion of mana burn, harmful, energy burn, burns energy. Do I have to trick somebody into taking that, or do I just take that myself? Alright, I don't know. Don't know how it works. Let's go ahead and ignite that. I don't know why it matters. I guess if we wanted to, we could cook stuff. We'll take that bearded axe and compare it with our regular axe. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah, for sure. We'll just drop that on the floor. Arrange these guys. I don't... Since this, I think we're like just about... Maybe there's another level. There might be more levels. We'll see what happens. Just still kind of bouncing back and forth with the idea of like not being allowed to keep any of the stuff that I'm holding on to. Which I'm all but certain will be the case. Oh, nice. Another disenchantment scroll. Maybe we'll use it. I don't know. I don't think I really care about a dagger. Uh-oh, we've alerted some people out of range. Let's wait. Let him get in range. There we go. Nice. So somebody is suspicious, but they are not coming to look for us yet. They're just sort of wondering about the noises they're hearing. We will try to step behind this thing. And I guess, I don't know if cover really matters, but we'll step behind this. Oh, it does. And I think I stepped into a terrible place. Let's try to get over here. Oh, what? Looks like he got stuck in a net. Oh, he got stuck in a web. Ensnarement. Physical. Can't move. For how long? For 4 moves. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I can hit him unless I'm... Alright, let's try now. Alright, there he's out. Hit him with 1. Switch. Attack. Those are the creatures... What was that? Immolated reflects 1 damage. Variant counterattacks hitting the target's head, but fumbles. Immolated loses 13 health. A throwing net. Oh yeah, take all. We want everything. Uh-oh. So this is a dude with the throwing net. Let's step out of his way. Alright. Oh, it was on a trap. That's how it happened. Alright. Can we make him step into the way where I'm going to benefit? No, that's not bad. Nope, it was terrible. Can I hit him? I replenished 5 energy with restoration. Flagellant says Nugiazen Karuk and uses vampiric blood on me. Oh boy, that's not fun. Oh no, we got him. And he had a militia flail. I think I'm still fine to not. Okay. Let's take a look at this militia flail. It is broken and beat up, so I don't really think I care about it. We're gonna drop it. I'm gonna say I don't need the crowbar. I want to check out this net. Okay. Immobilizes the target. Doesn't immobilize tiny or giant targets. Do I have to equip it? How do I use it? Oh, just from my inventory, I throw it. Okay. Can I, like, put it in my hotbar? No. Okay. That's odd. Whatever. Take. And that is not a thing to be disarmed. I guess it was a trap that he stepped on his own. Not going to bother to rest and heal myself yet. Because we're going to keep healing as we walk. So I'm not super concerned. we'll just keep exploring this dungeon. And I love the art style of this game. It's just fantastic. Alright. Oh, someone's down there, getting upset, hearing our footsteps. Hit you with nothing. We'll give you one step into our range and probably kill you. Yes, with all of that. Alright, there's a fire on the floor. I think if I step onto that fire, I would get hurt. And there's nothing else in this room, so we'll take the opportunity to break these. Yeah, nothing. Alright. Yeah, and we didn't bother healing ourselves up because we are just healing walking around. And we don't want to rest because we're still feeling great. We're optimistic. What? Oh, I just did the dumbest thing. Cannot believe I just did that. Am I just fumbling all the way? Man, I hate fumbling. Nice, killed him. Alright. We failed. Crowns, a jade, and an unidentified ring. We will identify that ring for sure. Where's the ring? That's not it. That's it. Okay, cool. Can we put these things in order? Disenchantment, enchantment, identification. Use. On the unidentified ring. Okay, it is a blessed carved gold ring. Gives me energy, magic power, and unholy resistance. We will definitely wear that. Awesome. Oh, we forgot a shelf. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. But how did I get hurt for that? Oh no, I replenished health. Alright, cool. Nice. Battle cleaver. You can't inspect them while they're on the floor, and I am so thoroughly certain it is not worth anything. We'll take the opportunity to let the fire dissipate. I think if I stepped through the fire, I would have caught fire. But we needed to check that shelf anyway, which we did. We'll check this bookcase, wardrobe, whatever. Okay, so now we're heading upstairs. We've got 2 wardrobes to check. Each have nothing. May as well take an opportunity to whack that pile of crates. Alright, here we go. Oh, okay. Now we're going to face this boss, which I have just sucked at each time. Oh, wow. Don't forget, we've got abilities. We've got things to unlock. We'll hit up our strength. So we have more attack power. And let's see about abilities. This lets me rush towards the target, which lets me move close gaps when I'm messing up my ranged targets. We're going to learn that. Done. Done and learned. Okay. Who knows if that's the best thing to do, but we'll read the abbot's note. Einar, there is some alarming news from the capital. People say the king, Etbert, blessed be his name, is gravely ill and has been fighting death for a week now. Perhaps it's just rumors spread by ill-wishers. It's no secret that his majesty has many of them. Nevertheless, we shall pray the host for our monarch's swift recovery. Relay to the rest of the brothers that we will need another service tonight. Abbot Vidian. Oh, you know what? Let's enchant something. Let's enchant our axe. Oops. There. A dazing bearded axe has a dazed chance of 5%. Love it. Anything else we need to do before we step in here? No, I think we're good. We can get rid of the abbot's note. We don't need it. We'll keep all our bleed stuff. I don't think we're going to take any of this stuff out with us, but we're going to hold on to it all the same. And oh boy, here we go. There may be some editing in this. I may try this 19 times and just yell first try after I edit out all the...
Baron! You are alive! Run while you can! No! Don't leave us here! Please! Make it stop! An uninvited guest. We were hoping to save you for last. But since you came here willingly...
So, you are the one behind all this madness. You'll pay for everything.
How arrogant! Look around you. It's over. Soon both the Stoneshard and your souls will serve the higher purpose. Still, the court appreciates your courage. You could serve us well. Put down your weapons, and perhaps we'll spare your life.
Not this time, abomination.
Well then, we show you mercy, and yet you reject our gifts. Let the ritual begin! Kaya North, no!
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna inspect him real quick. Archon, very dangerous, unaware. His health and energy are 100%. He can make a blood puddle. He can make a blood clot. He can summon the restless. Unholy ritual replenishes max health to all the restless and grants them 50. Okay, yeah. So basically, we have to destroy these statues. One of the statues, this one, is going to spit blood puddles at me, and the other statue is going to raise these dead monsters. They've already raised on the other side, and these four little splotches are going to become a blood puddle. That's like the little hint that you get that they've shot the blood puddle there. So we are going to move to here, and there goes the blood puddle, and we are going to try... and he's going to hit me with stuff. We are going to try to... Alright, I can't hit him with that. That's unfortunate. Escape. We will hit him with... Wait. Okay, no, I can hit him this way. No, I can't. Okay, so I can't hit him with my axe. But... we can hit him with our pyromancy ability. And we are going to keep whacking him. And there he goes with another... I'm not worried about the zombie stepping up because he's going to have to step through the blood pool, which means he's going to die as he does it. We are going to keep attacking. Alright, he's hitting me with stuff, which is a bummer. Hopefully I have enough to survive. There, one's down. Awesome. So now we'll make our way to the other side. Yeah. We'll make our way to the other side and fight these guys. I'm going to hold... Do I have anything that increases my health in here at all? Stops a body part from bleeding. Yeah, I don't think I have any single thing that increases my health. I just have to slowly gain health. Health restoration. Injury treatment. Healing efficiency is reduced. We're going to hold out. We're going to hold out. What does this do? Not yet. Alright, we'll step forward one. We'll whack you for one. You die. We step forward one. We are going to focus, like, solely and wholly on this guy. Whack him. Whack him. Whack him. I am not worried about these zombies because they will die as soon as... Oh boy. This might be a mistake. Okay, cool. No, we're good. Okay, so he's gonna have, like a...
The host have mercy. What a foul beast.
He has a dash attack, and he has, like this magic attack. The dash attack is in a straight line, and we're just going to step out of the way, and, like, the magic attack is like a blanket out in front of him. So we want to be constantly stepping at angles away from him so we can always angle ourselves out of the way. I'm going to try to step one away from him. There he goes, yeah. But... if I had stepped anywhere in here, he might have angled this thing in a way that I would have a hard time getting out, but I can just step here, and I'm out of the range of the attack. and I am going to attack him. And there's his dash. I'm gonna step here. No, I'm gonna step here because we still have that axe swing. So sometimes he bumps into things and then he gets dazed, but I'm gonna take this opportunity to whack him. So he eats dead bodies as well, which give him back some of his health. We'll take a look at his health. Is 88. I don't think I'm going to have a big problem with whacking him here. A little. But we'll keep backing away from him. There, he shoots his thing again. We're waiting for our attacks to come back. There, good. So he's not dazed because he is... he didn't run into anything. There we go. This isn't even... That wouldn't even have hurt us, but I'm still going to move out of the way nonetheless. I'd like to not have him be going for these bodies he can eat, but it is what it is. We'll stay out of his range, whack him with the psionic blast. We'll hit him with this bad boy, and we get slashed back. We are in some trouble. I might take this +2 health restoration. Do I have anything else that adds health? Pain resistance. Hunger. Alright. I'm a tad worried. Oh, can I throw this thing at him? Yes, I can. Nice. Oh, I should have waited. Well, you know what? I'm going to take that opportunity to use... Well, I don't know. I guess it only heals on certain things. What is the way? Whatever. Alright. Let's can that. And just step away. And step back in. And step here. Yes, awesome. So he just got dazed. Yes, we beat him. Awesome. Oh, I was so nervous there. It's like I'm way too close to him.
Hell of a trap.
Baron,
I have many questions.
now is not the time. We have the Stoneshard. Let's get out of here.
Do we have the Stoneshard? I can't go. I can't move. I guess we'll... Okay, we have the Stoneshard. Take Stoneshard. What else is in here? Anything? Nothing. Alright, we are hungry, we are in pain, and we are thirsty. So, I don't think it matters, but we're going to just drink anyway and eat. We'll drink to cure the pain. And we're drunk for 30 turns. We've earned it. We've completely earned it. We're confused. Whatever. He stepped onto the... He's stumbling. This is fantastic. I love this. Yes, he went the wrong way. We're not even going to rest and wait it out. Actually, no, we will rest because we are not doing well. And I don't remember... I think you step out of here and it's over. Yeah, that's good enough. So when we step out of here, if it is over, it'll take us to the town. We'll go through getting the main character set up, and I'll probably, if everything's still the same, we'll explore the town, we'll check everything out, and maybe do some light hunting and get about that far before we call this episode said and done. But I could imagine I'll come back to this. I wanted to wait until this game was out, but I think it's wiser that I just play it as it's going so I can keep up with how it is progressing and what things they're adding. I swear to God, I just love the art style for this game. It's so beautiful. So fantastic. Just absolutely love. And especially like I said, in my opinion, this is a lot like Pixel Dungeon. But, that's interesting. You can see behind stuff where your cursor goes. I don't know if you could do that before. I know you could see behind stuff when you were there, but I didn't know you could see behind stuff where your cursor was. But, yeah, in my opinion, this is like Pixel Dungeon, but it's like Pixel Dungeon, but you can go outside. You don't have to just be in the dungeon. and go to towns and sleep and, whatever. So, let's go talk to these guys. There we go.
Oh, my belongings! My entire fortune! I'm ruined! For the love of the host, Rinward, shut your mouth! Baron is dead! Luck is dead! So is Jorgen! And you cry over some old junk! And it's all because of you, Baron. Did you think our lads would chicken out? You could have at least told me. An easy job, maybe some digging. You call a horde of cannibals an easy job?
Are you out of your mind? Do you think I was lying to you? Gwynnel swore that the monastery had been deserted for decades.
So you're saying that your Gwynnel set us up for certain death?
I don't know. I hope not. It's some kind of mistake.
This mistake cost half our men their lives.
I know. I have many questions too. And believe me, once we are done with the contract, Gwynnel will answer each and every one of them.
No, Varen. This is where we part. The caravan is no more. Rinward, Aruz, and I are going back to Bryn.
So that's one of the things that they've claimed they're adding to the game eventually, is a caravan where you recruit heroes. Right now in the game, you always and only go out by yourself, no matter how ridiculously poorly stacked the odds are. I have a sneaky suspicion that will remain that way, and when you recruit heroes, it's just people you can switch between. So maybe you can take your ranged character out on certain missions, or your archer, or your two-handed tank out on certain missions, but never will there be a party going out together, which is kind of unfortunate. I would actually love to see this be able to be played in both ways, as a solo roguelike, or as a party-based, turn-based RPG. But that either way, it's still not in the game. There's no caravan. You don't recruit anybody. It still seems like that's on the horizon. So,
after all these years, I've just saved your hides.
All you did was save us from the trap you'd let us into. We always used to know where and what our jobs were. But once you started rubbing elbows with Gwynnel, there was no end to our misfortune. I want to know what Gwynnel is hiding, why he needs Stoneshards, and what these damn Stoneshards are to begin with. And yet, we don't have the slightest idea about anything. Well, you only care about money. But there is no paying death off. I'm done.
You are free to go, but I am bound by the contract. I'll manage without you. Get lost. So here I am. The caravan is gone. My leg is crippled. Half my men are dead, and the other half are deserters and traitors. The host be praised. At least I've got the Stoneshard. If I knew I had to deal with an entire cult of devil knows what, I'd think thrice before getting into the whole mess. I'm too old for an adventure like this. If only I could have a good talk with Gwynnel right now. I'd ask him what the hell is going on. I've been doing this for 30 years, but I've never found myself in such a tough spot. I need to get back to Bryn. I'm not up to going there by myself, so that's why I sent for you. Do you remember how I helped you out back then? Well, time to return the favor. Damn, it's been so long. Tell me, what have you been up to?
all right. So yeah, that's the whole. Apparently that's the setup for one of the main points of this game is to build a caravan. So he's lost his caravan of cohorts, his companions, and he's going to build them back to be able to travel to Bryn or whatever, amass his fortune, continue to be a squad of mercenaries. Okay, so we still can't create a character. Yep, not available in beta. But we can take a character. And I'm definitely going to take a character that has a ranged weapon ability, so I don't have to add it manually by finding a treaty. Even though I'm going to focus mainly on melee, which he's got spears, combat mastery, two-handed stuff, ranged weapons. This might be a good one for us. Swords, maces, shields, combat, daggers, staffs, range, axes, athletics. Okay, so this might be the one for us. I don't want to have to find a treatise or buy a treatise to learn ranged, and I don't want to be just whiffing arrows all over the place. If we're not going to focus mainly on magic, it'd be nice to be able to, yeah. So, he'll be good with axes, so that'll be great. I like playing with axes, which means we can do axes and shields. He also does two-handed axes if we want to go in that direction, and can do ranges and daggers to start out with, which is great. What's his story? Derwin spent most of his life in loyal service to the late king, relentlessly patrolling the hunting grounds of his majesty. He started out as a regular forester, but over the years, Derwin earned the monarch's high trust, thus becoming one of the first royal rangers. And even though they didn't last for long, the rangers proved themselves to be as stalwart protectors of the royal woods. The Rangers proved themselves as stalwart protectors of the royal woods. After King Etbert's death, the unit refused to obey the council's orders and was soon disbanded. Upon failing to persuade his former brothers in arms to stick together, Derwin headed into the woods. Until recently, he'd been living as a hermit, far from the chaos of war, only occasionally visiting nearby villages to sell off his trophies and assist peasants with their hunting endeavors. This is perfect. So he's a loner, which we're going to remain because we won't be putting a party together, who's good with ranged combat, which is fantastic, but it's also handy with an axe.
Is that so? Interesting. Anyway, enough pleasantries. It's time to get to work. So here's the deal. I can't walk to Bryn with my leg like this. So unless you plan to carry me, we need a cart. We need horses. We're in luck, though. While you were away, I had a talk with the village elder. We came to an agreement. We'll do a couple of tasks for them, and they'll give us a cart and 2 horses. Don't worry about the job. It's nothing special. I don't think you need my advice on how to deal with brigands or the undead. The elder will give you the details. You should go see him right away. No time to waste. Ah, I almost forgot. Here's a map of the area. You need it more than I do. You can also ask the innkeeper about local events. He is a talkative kind. I'm sure he'll answer any of your questions. Off you go then. Good.
Oops. So this is... Oh, nice. It automatically adds the skinning. This is just absolute... Let's see what kind of gear we have. Derwin's vest. Pretty decent. He's been wearing this vest for so long, it's a miracle it hasn't fused with him. And we've got a cloak, which gives us a noise chance and reduces our noise and gives us a better dodge chance. And an apprentice cowl. We've got some food, but these are one-use only food. We are not armed with any weapons, so we will go ahead and make sure that we are now armed with something. We're going to try to get ourselves an axe and a shield right out of the gate, or at least some one-handed weapon and a shield. But this is where the game really begins, and I absolutely love this. Like, so we have the contrivance of the story is we have to get... What's his name? Varen, the guy we were just playing as, who hilariously does not keep the things that we got for him. He has his own stuff now. We have to get him to Bryn, but we need a cart and some horses, and the only way to get those, since we have literally hardly any money there, the only way to get those is to do some jobs for the local council, or local whatever, king, whatever he said, the elder. Talk to the elder of Osbrook. Save system. To save the game, you need to rent a room in a tavern and sleep for any amount of time. You can always save your game in cleared out camps. You can also save your game in cleared out camps. Exiting the game saves your progress as well. However, this save is deleted upon loading. If you die while playing in standard mode, you can resume the game from your save. In permadeath mode, your saves are irreversibly erased on death. So, I mean, especially not being able to make a character is kind of a bummer. I wish they would hurry up with at least that part. It's a bummer it's not available in beta. I would love to be playing this in permadeath mode with just randomly generated characters and see how well they fare. I would absolutely, because then the character that finally makes it, you just fall so deeply in love with. But this is fine for now. Let's talk to this guy. Welcome to our fine establishment. Let's start with heard anything interesting. Many folks save money just to move far away from here. Nistra, Scotia, 11 Elven Kingdoms, they don't really care about the destination as long as they create some distance. But if you ask me, no one ever likes it where they are. True enough, Brooke. How about a mug of foamy ale? Let's see. I have some questions. Is there anything else I can help you with? Feel free to ask. No need to be coy. Where can I find the Elder? Odar, our Elder, lives in the village hall right in the middle of Osbrook. You can't miss it. The building is in front of the market. If you want to earn some coin, go visit him. He's the one overseeing the mercenary contracts. All right, so he's right in the middle of Osbrook in front of the market. I truly do not remember what this map is like, so I also don't know if they put any of that information in our quest. Hopefully they barely do, and we have to use our brains and remember things. But we shall see. Tell me about the village. Is there anything going on in the neighborhood? Can you tell me about the people living around here? What's the tavern's name? Let's start with that. The tavern is named the Black Boar. Can't find a nicer place around here. The hovel in Manshire they call a tavern simply cannot compare to us. Had my grandfather running this place, and before him, my great-grandfather. I bet you can guess who owned it before him. As for me and my wife, we've been running the business for at least 15 years or so. Why the Black Boar? Well, now that's a long story. A century ago, there was a wild boar that kept the entire village in fear. A vicious beast it was. Some folks even believed that it wasn't a boar at all, but an evil spirit in hog skin. Then the Lord of the Land was a bit of a coward who almost stopped hunting because of it. He holed up in his castle for a week or two, but what's life without hunts? So he put a handsome bounty on the boar's head. As a result, dozens of folks ventured into the woods. Half of them returned empty-handed. The other half got mauled by the beast. Of course, none of them had my great-grandfather's skill with a bow. In fact, he put the boar down with a single arrow, hit it right in the eye, and dropped it where it stood. The Lord himself granted him a title of gamekeeper for this heroic deed, making him quite a catch for the lasses. My great-great-grandfather, being a smart fellow that he was, married the miller's daughter and opened this tavern with her dowry. As for the boar's head, he hung it above the fireplace. No, he didn't. Well, that's a bummer. It should be up there. People from nearby villages would flock over just to catch a glance at the beast. Okay. Alas, a couple of years ago, some scoundrel stole it. I looked for him everywhere, but that scumbag disappeared without a trace. Let's discuss something else. Okay. Again, I don't know how complex or like thoughtful the developers are going to be with this game, but I hope that that type of thing, like listening to that story and possibly being able to find that head somewhere and bring it back to him would overjoy me immensely. Okay, let's see. Tell me about the village. Let's find out about the village. Our village is called Osbrook. Life is hard, but we don't complain. The mill helps, and we got a few farms here and there. And if you compare us to the neighbors, life is sweet as honey. Huh. The war mostly went past us. Apparently there aren't enough fools to fight over our boondocks. Anything going on in the neighborhood? People living around here? Let's see what's going on in the neighborhood. Things around here are not as dire as anywhere else, but you've got to keep an eye out anyway. Leaving the village without a good reason is a foul idea. There's way too many bandits wandering the roads. And then there are all those crypts built by the Order in times immemorial. Sniffing around them will only bring you face to face with something undead or worse. But I guess it's exactly what you may be looking for. Alright. Did I literally just ask about people? No, I didn't. There's too many folks to remember. Let me count on fingers. Firstly, the Elder. Secondly, we have a smith. Then there's an herbalist, a tailor, a few traders. Can't forget the carpenter. And that's about it, I suppose. Where can I stock up on supplies? We've got lots of traders. You can find them all on the village square. Can buy just about anything from them. Meat, fruit, vegetables. Yes, I know, others starve while we feast, but it's not something I should be complaining about. That's where you can also find Bert, our merchant. I'll be frank, the man has always been a miser and a profiteer, but after the war began, he lost his last scraps of decency. All right, so Bert the merchant is a bit nuts. Okay. Where can I find the smith? Our smith is handy and hardworking. He lives next to the village square. He mostly works outdoors, so you'll spot him easily. And what about the tailor? The tailor is a grumpy old man, but he has hands of gold. I'll give him that. His stitches last for a lifetime. Huh. He also works with leather, so if your boots are worn thin, make sure to pay him a visit. He is a recluse who sits in his house working all day long. He lives south of the village square. His building has a sign. I'm sure you'll find it. What do you think of the carpenter? The carpenter, I'll level with you. I don't like the carpenter. He curries favors from Odar only to badmouth him behind his back. The host be his judge. What matters most is that he's a hard worker. He can make you a bow, fix up a shield, carve a staff. His house is on the southwestern outskirts. Tell me about the herbalist. Our herbalist is a gifted fellow, age-bent but still clear of mind. He's getting too old, though. His host forbid he kicks the bucket. Oh, the host forbid. I'm getting used to the host as God. The host forbid he kicks the bucket. The whole village will follow right after him. He lives on the southern outskirts in a house by the road. In the morning, he usually tends to the garden and then spends the day drying herbs at his counter. If you ever get hurt, search him out. He'll put you back on your feet in no time. All right. Let's get an inn so we can save here and at least restart from here if necessary. Yeah. Let's do a week, because we're going to do some adventuring, and we'll want to use this area. All right. So we got an inn for a week. We'll be doing some adventuring, but this way we can come back after each adventure, at least for a week, and save. Enjoy your staying. Your room is upstairs at the end of the hall. Don't worry about your belongings. Just put them in all the chests by the bed. Your things will be safe there. I guarantee it. All right, let's see his wares. How much is this? 154, and we got 260. These are good because these are... Okay, yeah, they're still... I thought there were 3 uses. I guess they're 4. Rather than taking this bread with us, which we will for now, they have more than 1 use and does not spoil, so that's huge. We're not going to buy anything yet. Let's go see our room first. That's out the door. Let's talk to this lady. Welcome to our tavern. How about a chat? Come to think of it, the plague is the scariest thing of them all. You can't reason with it. Then comes the famine. In the very least, it has a straightforward solution. As for the war, it's all a matter of perspective. As long as you're on the winning side, it doesn't look so bad, huh? All right. Does she have anything different? Yeah, she does. Interesting. Lentil soup. All right, so these things look good for short term. These things are probably better to pick up rather than buy. I mean, I think I want to buy the smoked ham. These cured meats seem to be the best way to go. We'll try to keep... Okay, so our room's at the end of the hall, so this must be our room. Yeah, that's our room. Yep. Because that's red. We can't take the apple. I used to always take this apple. Before we head to our room, let's talk to some folks. These commoners. Can't you see I don't have time for your trivialities? Who are you? Pfft, who am I? Who are you? Now that's the question. Anyway, don't bother with pleasantries. Your appearance speaks for itself. I, however, occupy a fairly high position. I arrived here from Bryn on the special order of the Great Magistrate to perform a task of the utmost importance. You can even consider me a real authority in this village. All right. To a person unfamiliar with politics and military matters, Osbrook is just a backwater settlement. In reality, the surrounding territory holds an exceptional strategic value. I am the only one who fully understands this fact. Anything else? Why doesn't the magistrate send someone to bring order? What does the magistrate try to achieve? Do you think there'll be another war? We'll start with addressing his speech. They did already. Me. All right, fair enough. Hold on, you bore. What are you getting at? Are you implying I'm not fit for your job? How do I put it? The guards are holed up in an elder's house while the mercenaries are dealing with your mess. Yeah, we're not just going to be flat out and say he doesn't look like he's good at his job. Let's see what this does. Well, would you look at that? A mercenary complaining about having to do work. The guards are to guard the village. They are not bound to protect every hole in the dirt around here. And let me assure you, we are doing everything in our power to keep the locals safe and sound under the protection of the magistrate. Of course, occasional brigands or the undead are bound to appear, but thanks to us, they don't remain here for long. It's rather thanks to folks like me. Is that so? I bow to your prowess then. We're new here. We're not going to try to make anybody angry. We probably want to stay here for a little while. Like I said, I don't really remember much of this game, so I think at the outset, this is our home base. We'll try to keep this room rented, and we'll try not to be a jerk in this town and see if that brings us any good fortune. The emissary nods half-heartedly, but you can see that he is considerably flattered. Flattered, yes. No need for gratitude, it's our duty. The Sybarites of the council or those riffraff from the Grey Army are no match for the magistrate. We take care of the common folk. Anything else? What does the magistrate try to achieve? The emissary raises his eyebrow in disbelief. He is long used to rampant ignorance, but this is new even for him. What kind of foolish question is that? To bring shared prosperity, to have a flourishing trade, to ensure the long time-honored rights of the free cities and the merchant's estate are upheld and protected. Is there any shared prosperity here in Osbrook? But what about the peasants and the craftsmen? Who's going to protect them? Is there any shared prosperity around here in Osbrook? Not yet, but soon. The war has only recently stopped raging, so what do you expect? A land of plenty where your cup runneth over? You know the saying, Bryn wasn't built in a day. Give it time and Osbrook will flourish. What else are you interested in? Do you think there'll be another war? Naturally. Otherwise we won't be able to deal with the imposter on the throne. Of course her henchmen might get bored and get rid of her eventually, but it would be foolish to just wait for it to happen. Speak out. I don't plan to spend more than a half hour a day speaking with commoners. Take care. All right. So we learned a little bit about the city. It seems like Bryn is trying to bring order and establish safe havens for trade and people to make a livelihood. And also there is a apparent imposter or pretender to the throne who is inhabiting the throne currently. All right. So the guy said if we put stuff in here, it would be safe, but we don't really need to put anything in here just yet, but maybe we'll pick up some things that we would like to put in here. We're going to sleep for 1 hour to save, and that'll wake us up at 2 p.m. We wake up with vigor, and I imagine that will be a longer and longer amount the longer we sleep. Let's go upstairs. All right, this is just a bunch of stuff that I can steal, which we're not going to. I don't think we're thieves yet. We may do if I do end up doing permadeath before we get the ability to create a character, like if I get through this or want to try some stuff out, I may do various characters that have different personalities or just take different styles of fighting or whatever. And maybe one of them will be an awful person who says awful things and is a thief. Let's see. We will buy this food that does not spoil. And we don't have the money for that. When does this spoil? It does not. It's 55. When does this spoil? It does not. It's 28. This reduces pain by 2%. This reduces pain by 1%. All right, we'll take a bottle of wine. What is this, mead? Mead. All right, so we've got some painkillers. We've got some healing stuff. We don't have a splint. Maybe we can find one. But let's go explore the town. All right. Osbrook. And we have not been to any of these parts, so once we actually walk over into these parts, we'll be able to see them, but they'll be grayed out when they are outside of our line of sight. Alright, let's talk to this hobo, drunken man in the front. Good day, young man, or fine lady. Can't tell from here. Show me your wares. Well, let's see if he's heard anything interesting. These are dark times. I've seen plenty of misfortune in my life, but this, I don't remember anything like this. We must have committed some grievous sin to deserve all this misery. Why don't we wet our throats to celebrate this meeting, huh? I wonder, what does he sell? Nothing. Yeah, he's got nothing. I'm not going to bother with him. All right, let's head into town, see what's up. All right, so we found the blacksmith, clearly. Yeah, so he's the blacksmith. This is the market. A mercenary. This bodes ill. Oh, nice. A well. Let's fill our water skin. And let's take a drink. So wherever there are wells in town, you can fill your water skins and drink. This is probably the merchant. Can I inspect this? No. Also, okay, you just hit M for the map. I thought... maybe it's not the case anymore. I thought there was an object that was the map that you had to keep on you at all times. And I specifically... that must have been the case. They must have done away with that in some update, because I specifically remember memorizing it and taking it off and leaving it in the tavern. Huh. So this is all kind of interesting and new. Oh, wow. Geez. It's pretty big. All right. So we are... okay, so I think each one of these is an area we can walk to and explore. And I think what we'll probably end up doing is doing a little bit of exploring in these few... what do we got? 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 tiles. Just to see what's up and maybe do some hunting. Point of interest, camp, abandoned cart, den, roadside altar, hunting grounds, quest mark. Alright, so there's nothing of any... oh, I can make my own markers. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Alright. Add marker, legend, that's that. Close map. Navigation. What does this do? Home menu. Okay. Well, let's just keep... we're going to walk all around the town and unlock all of the... remove all the shadows from the town. If that's the tailor... what was the other person I was looking for? The herbalist. I bet that's... yeah, that's the herbalist. Alright, yeah, so when you get to these edges, you can exit through any one of these arrows. It really would be cool... I mean, I don't know if that's even a goal of theirs or even a possibility with the way that they are... what is this? I gathered raspberries. Oops. What do raspberries do? Nice. Yeah, let's eat one. It would be really cool if they, you know, even if this was grayed out, once you saw what it was, once I crossed through here and saw what it was, it'd be nice if this was visible. I don't know, this one part to me is somewhat jarring. I really like all of the art direction and design of this game, but this arrow system is somewhat jarring. It'd be nice overall if they could continue the map and seamlessly load chunks and unload chunks as you have them in your range of vision. But, you know, I don't necessarily know what's going into developing this or how possible or plausible any of that is. Yeah, so things like that, I can't see past there I can see through these trees and I can see those pigs, but if I step over here, I no longer can, so they're not visible. And I've seen what's over here, so in the character's memory, you have a general idea of the topography of the place and the arrangement of whatever was there, but you don't necessarily know where the pigs have moved. So it's a cool mechanic that's present in a lot of games like this. I like it. I don't know, who's this? Someone hanging out in a field? What are you looking at? How about a chat? I had a rough morning today. This whole week has was no better. It's true what people say. Things may not improve, but they can always get worse. Can I help you? You selling anything? No, you're not. Alright, there's... Yeah, I don't think there's much reason to be talking to just random strangers. Yeah, alright. Nice. Definitely going to unlock this whole thing. Talk to everybody and might call it there. I had to pause this recording to answer a phone call. And then stayed paused to have lunch, which means I have literally no bearing, no like mental memory of how long I've actually been playing this for the recording. I've had worse. And he's still optimistic. So my intent was to play this for about an hour and a half, but since I'm picking up the recording, it looks like I've been doing this about 19 minutes, which means I've probably been doing this for a total of 2 recorded hours without a logical break point for editing's sake. But however long this ends up being, the intent will be to explore this town in full, find out what's what, talk to at least the shop owners, and then the plan will be... What does that do? Oh, yeah. Well, you know, we'll keep stuff. If anything, we can sell things. I wonder, is there any other, like... Rhubarb. Nice. Interesting. I should look at all the various notes and see what I'm not caught up on, because I wonder if there's like is there any crafting or alchemy or anything like that in this entire game? All right. Oh, that's cool. So I can't go into regular people's houses. Let's walk into town now since we've done the outskirts. We missed that spot too. And there's that broken down house. And it's the hour grows late. I thought this was the... No, I guess the elder's house is probably really nice. Which I thought he said it was just behind the markets. Oh, this must be it. Very cool. Yeah. Okay, I can go in there, so that's clearly it. Ah, another mercenary. Alright, we don't have reason to buy anything at this exact moment. But let's get ourselves... Just getting the lay of the land. That's awesome. Chickens. Just making sure we've seen everything there is to see. I don't think the dark black comes back. I think, yeah, once I clear it, I think it's cleared. So, we'll clear it all. Oh, nice. Are you a farrier? Is that what that's called? Horse merchant? Need a mount? Come on, let's find you a proper one. Let's see what he's got. I guess he got nothing at this exact moment. I have an ability I can unlock, so we'll check that out in a minute, actually. Also, heard anything interesting? I had a rough morning today. Alright, I think maybe they repeat some stuff. Need a horse. Farewell. Alright. Alright, you stop walking. Let's go up here. Yeah, we'll pick like just about everything that we find in the safest of areas. And see what it does. If anything, we can sell it to the herbalist if we don't think we want to carry it. Yeah, we cannot work in the fields. Good to know. There will be no gathering of herbs in someone else's field. Oops, shouldn't have gone that way. Oh, I guess now I can get through. Alright. Stop it. Okay, that's interesting. You can only go so far with moving the camera around. So that's good to know. Derwin is this guy's name? Derwin. What's that thing from Witcher? Is that Derwin? No, that's Durbin, right? Soybean? I don't know, something like that. Oh, okay, so there's the carpenter. Alright. Pretty much found everybody out. I don't think there's going to be anything there, but we may as well unlock it. Okay. We've seen everything there is to see. Let's go talk to the Elder and get our quest. Our first quest. I'm assuming he'll give one at a time, so we'll get our first quest. Oh, that's cool. There's definitely a day-night cycle, and that the markets have closed, everybody's gone home. Hopefully that means... Oh, cool, yeah, you can't... I think you used to be able to just literally take these things before, so that's pretty cool. We'll start by talking to this guy. We don't want to walk right past him. Are you the new mercenary? I expected someone tougher. You'll have to do, I suppose. I've been told to provide you with equipment. We don't have much in terms of weaponry, but it should suffice. What can I get you? Yeah, I think we already have... Pretty sure we already had a bow. I really hope we did. Oh boy. So we're going to try to get an axe off of him. Let's take an axe. Here you go. It's not the best weapon, but it's the best we got. Good luck to you. I hope we'll meet again. Yep. Okay. Big money. Okay, cool. Thank goodness. Yeah, that's good. Two-handed. What do these things do? Lower pain, increase morale, may put to sleep or cause bad trip. That's interesting. Increases immunity. Increases sanity. Nice. These things all just make me thirsty. Increases my physical resistance. We'll hold on to these for now. I mean, we're not gonna do more than just go out hunting, and there's literally no reason that I see to not go out hunting with some herbs and berries in our pocket, like a real woodland ranger. Okay, maybe he's in this door. Nope. What? This is where he is, right? None of those guys are the Elder, that's for dang sure. Okay, either he's not where he's supposed to be. I feel like he would be here. And maybe he's asleep. I mean, that would make a ton of sense. Oh, wait. There was a downstairs. Let's go do that. How does one see what time it is? Is it... Skip a turn? Game menu? Modes and actions? Oh, control. Reloading. Shout. We may as well take our... Oh, you know what? I think we'll take a ranged weapon skill. Let's go with take aim. Yeah, let's do it. Put that there. Let's get this out of the way. We're not going to be using that until necessary. I have no idea what time it is. Wait, do I have another skill? I do! Awesome! Let's learn this. We'll learn more things. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's already down there. So it seems like I need to learn everything about axes now. Yeah. I'm imagining this means I have to learn at least, at minimum, one more thing. Who knows if it's all four are required to unlock that, but before these get unlocked, I have to pass this little checkpoint here. Alright. Alright. Let's go sleep until the daytime. Maybe he's... Who's this? Oh, he's the old Elder. He was just outside. So you're that friend of Varen's. What do you need? Varen didn't tell you? We didn't have capable mercenaries in Osbrook for quite a while, so there's a lot to deal with. Bands, cults, the undead, lots of places around here attract filth like that. We don't have many guards, so I can't afford any of them dying. That's why I need a mercenary. And what about affording a mercenary dying? Yeah, we already know why we're here. Let's do business. I have a few contracts available. If you fulfill a couple of them, then we're even. You'll have your cart and your horse. You'll have your cart and your horses. So what do you say? I only have one contract for you at the moment. Alchemy kit. Interested? Let's do it. Not so long ago, we had an odd merchant pass through our lands. Somehow he managed to stumble upon the brigands from the outpost of Inver. He paid them off and got away with his life, but he had to wave his goods goodbye. Among other things, he was transporting a set of unique vials for some very important person. The merchant told me that if his employer learns about the missing delivery, he's done for. Perhaps you could help the poor fellow out. He promised to pay his savior as well. All right. Good, then it's settled. Give me your map, I'll mark the location. You have 4 days to deal with it and claim your reward. I probably should have gone hunting first. We'll see what happens. Let's have this talk in the morning. Need a clear head for it. Alright. Take care. It seems like I have royally fudged this up, but, you know, hey, whatever. We are still going to go to sleep. Save, and we'll break here. Come back next time and figure out what we're going to do. He probably should have done a bunch of hunting before. Nice. Awesome. That guy's a jerk. I love it. We probably should have done some hunting and gotten ourselves all up to snuff. We'll sleep 6 hours. Derwin wakes up at some point in the day. Who knows when it was? Yeah. Let's take a drink. Well, we've got 4 days. I can't imagine it's going to take more than 2 days inside of... You're standing in my way. This guy rules. I can't imagine it's going to take more than 2... Who's this? No, that's him. 2 days to get through a dungeon and back, though that could, again, be famous last words. But I think that's a good point to break, and maybe we come back and try to powerhouse our way through a dungeon. Nothing to show for it. But yeah, we'll pick this up next time on Stoneshard.